Hello, and welcome to Life with Dr. Laura. I'm so excited today that I am going to have an interesting conversation with you regarding something that is impactful and important to each and every one of us. And I am have entitled this Removing the Excuses. We all have them, right? So, excuses, if we are not careful, they will hold us back from getting the best that God has already provided and already desires for us to obtain. So, the first thing I want to do today is I want to jump right in and to define the word excuse. We got to start somewhere, right? All right. So, excuse, there are many definitions, but the first one here says to try to remove blame from, or to grant exemption or release to. And oftentimes we can very easily find ourselves, as it says here, granting an exemption. When we are trying to get our finances on track, we can use excuses. We can, as it says here, grant an exemption to keep our finances on track by saying that I'll save a little more tomorrow. I will bank that someplace else tomorrow. So I'll have some extra. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to grant myself the privilege of buying this meal outside rather than cooking a meal at home. I'm going to get my nails done this week rather than maybe holding out a little bit and maybe I can get my nails done next week. I'm going to get my hair done at this new salon that's opened up. I know they're very expensive, but I just want to give them a try this time rather than maybe waiting until you save a little more and have some extra on the side or even having a side hustle. We give ourselves an exemption to do what we know will hold us back. For example, as I said, with finances, or let's look at food. Food itself, for me, has been not, many people grow up and they are overweight. That was not my case or my situation or scenario. But there was a point in my life when I was dealing with something that emotionally caused me to just eat and eat and eat. I don't know if I was trying to eat away the situation, it didn't work. I ate and the situation still didn't go away, right? So, but I am at the point that I've been on a weight loss journey off and on and off and on. And maybe that's why, because if you listen to the words I just said, I call it a weight loss journey, um, not a lifestyle. And that's huge because when you are not looking at it as a lifestyle, it can become something that will keep you from being consistent and keep you from staying on track. It can keep you from realizing that this is not something I'm doing temporarily, but it is to last for a lifetime. So I have had many years at this point of giving myself, granting myself exemptions from exercising, working out, staying on track, and eating right. So, what I started to do is, and I want you to think about the thing that you are working on doing at this point in your life, at this stage that you want to forge ahead in. For me, as I said, it's weight loss. For you, maybe something different. And I want you to get a sheet of paper and I want you to write down the excuses that you have been using. Do you have your paper? Do you have your pen? This is important. It's going to help you and it's going to bless you. So begin to write down your excuses. If it's one, just write down one. If it's more than one, write down more than one. Mine was more than one, and I'm going to share those. Um, one thing that was hindering me from moving forward in reference to weight loss was my excuses. I was granting myself an exemption to not do what I needed to do in order to get done what needed to be done. So, for example, I would say things like, well, I don't have the kind of workout clothes that I really would like to have. And we know we can work out in anything, right? I know that. But, I kind of wanted to have the workout pants. And then I bought some of those. And I was like, well, I don't have the right shirts. I just have all these t shirts. And I want the shirts to have like the wicker, wick away the sweat and all that. So I was blessed to be able to buy a whole set, not just one, not just two, but an entire set of shirts, like five. So I have 5 full days of being in the workout with my workout pants and my wicker shirts as I wanted. Okay, one excuse down. The next excuse I had was I said, well, my hair just, if you look at my other videos, you will naturally see that I wear my hair many different kinds of ways. So I crochet braids, I wear wigs, and etc. So, but this time I decided that I wanted to. Somebody sending me a message that I wanted to get my hair braided so I can just put it up and I can just go. I don't have to worry about it being sweated out or me having to redo it. It's often or on a daily basis. So watch this. Bam. You see that? Girl went and got the hair braided. Why? That was removing an excuse. That was removing the opportunity for me to grant an exemption on or a reason why I couldn't go to the gym. All right. Number 3, I thought about food, and I know food. I know what to eat, what not to eat. I know what's healthy. I know what's not healthy. I done been in more classes than I can, want to tell you about. I had a health and wellness business. I know food. I know what's good for you. My thing was planning, prepping ahead. So I began to. I bought these cute little glass bowls because I like glass bowls a while ago. They're not new, but there was some of them was bigger than I needed for portion size and etc. So I decided to purchase the containers that we all know people use for pre-planning and prepping meals. And I'm not a big fan of those containers, but I purchased them. Why? So I would not be granting myself an exemption from having what I needed to bring the food in the portion size I needed. So I purchased a set of those and I began to plan my meals on Sunday, roast my food, and grill what needs to be grilled, and put everything in its place in portion and in sizes. And that was pretty awesome. And I did that, and it lasted for like 5 full days. And I removed an excuse. Then I thought about working out, and I said, well, there was a gym I used to go to. If I said the name, you would know it's pretty popular. But I was like, I kind of always had issues for one reason or another. I won't share with that particular gym, but I decided, well, I need to go somewhere because I wanted to swim. I wanted to get to the pool. I don't mind working out outside. If it's you and you want to work out, you don't have to join a gym to work out. You can work out outside. You can jump rope for 10 minutes, which is equivalent to 30 minutes of like jogging or so. You can lift weights. You can have the elastic bands. There's a lot of things you can do. So you don't have to go to a gym or spend money to join one. If you don't have it, it's okay. You make do with what you have. I've been able to join a gym, one that I like, one that I just like the opportunity that it has everything I need for what I want and desire to do. So that removed an excuse for me not being able to say, well, I don't have that, I can't, blah, blah. You got it and you're able to do it. And on top of that, I'm blessed with the opportunity that my job was able to provide a fitness specialist that was able to give me a program because that was another way that I could use an excuse. But I don't know how to start. It's been a long time since I've been in the gym with the trainer, etc. Well, you got the plan. They gave me week 1, week 2, week 3, going forward, etc. That now you know what to do and you have what you need. So I just want to share with you on today that whatever it is that you're working on, that you have set a goal for, which if you haven't set a goal for something, you need to do that first and foremost. And when you set the goal for that particular thing, I want you to look at what your excuses are. I want you to write those excuses down. And then, back, I don't know what your age is, but back in the day when I grew up, we would have to fold our paper in half. And we use one column for one thing, the other side for the other. That's what I want you to do. Write down your list of excuses that you are using currently. Write down the things that you allowing yourself to grant an exemption for so you won't have to get it done. And on the other side, I want you to write how you plan to remove that particular excuse that you have written down on paper. And I want you to be encouraged that all things are possible when we look to the Lord for everything that we need. So stay focused, get your plan in order, and remember, remove the excuses. God bless you. This is popping in shortly. I look forward to catching up with you soon on Life with Dr. Laura. Have an awesome night.